Hello, family and friends. Don't talk junk about my eyelashes right now because we going through something, okay? Anyway, let me explain how I got COVID and my symptoms. I work in a group home with 45 girls, and in 1 week we had two girls that tested positive for COVID. So we automatically put them in isolation. So isolation is we put them in a separate apartment together, and that way they don't uh, give it to the other girls. So at that time, we were still wearing masks and we still had to disinfect the office and things that we came in contact to. So that week, maybe later during that week, I started like coughing, but it wasn't like a cough to make you think like you had a cold or anything like that. It was just like a cough, like a simple cough. At that particular time, it had been raining down here for like 2 or 3 days. So I was just like, oh, it's, uh, the rain kicking up all this pollen and stuff. So then I had a cough here and there. My nose was stopped up, but it was running. My eyes were dry. My eyes actually hurted. And that's why I thought that it was um, allergies, because normally when I get allergies, I get pressure headache or sinus pressure and my eyes hurt, and that's the most irritating feeling. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna take Zyrtex. So, I was taking Zyrtex, but the Zyrtex was making me sleepy, and I'm like, well, I can't be sleepy and trying to work at the same time. So that Saturday, I drove to Vegas to meet my family in Vegas, just to kind of do like an overnight thing. Same thing, like I had a slight cough. My eyes were still hurting, my nose was stopped up. But if you busy like moving around and stuff, you not really paying attention to the symptoms like that. So we were down there eating, drinking, we having a good time. So I was anyway. And but what I noticed is like the symptoms wasn't going nowhere, but they wasn't worse. Like I didn't get a fever. I didn't lose my appetite or anything like that. It was just like I was just like, oh, this sinus pressure need to let up. So Sunday came, still same thing, and I was just like, all right, well, I don't want to be at work coughing and people looking at me all weird. So I was like, well, Monday I'll just go and get tested for COVID. So Monday morning I got up, I called my job, and I was like, hey, I'm not feeling good. I'll go get tested. So I went to this one place, and you get your results 12, 24 hours. And then I went to urgent care. The reason I went to urgent care because I was over my eyes hurting. My eyes was just like hurting. And if you've never had your eyes hurt before, that's like the most irritating feeling. So at urgent care, the lady was like, yeah, she said it does sound like you probably do have COVID. And I was like, but technically, I feel fine. Because from what I heard people saying, like, oh, it was just like the worst feeling, and they wouldn't wish that on nobody and all this other kind of stuff. I wouldn't wish allergies on nobody, honestly. So she was like, you'll get your results 24, 48 hours. I was like, okay, cool. So later, like early Tuesday, I got a text message from the one place, and it was like, yeah, you did test positive for COVID. And I was just like, okay, yeah, whatever. I don't feel like I have COVID. So then that Wednesday, I got a call from the urgent care, and he was like, yeah, you tested positive for COVID. So I was like, whatever. So I went and I logged into my medical records online, and sure enough, my COVID results was there, and it was positive. So I have a teenager at home here, so we had to go back to wearing masks in the house, and we continued to like disinfect stuff. Like so, wherever I walked into the house, like I made sure I had my wipes, wiped everything down because I didn't want her to get it. So we did that, um, and then it was just like I didn't have no more symptoms. Like everything went away. Like I stopped coughing. It was basically like the symptoms that I had like instantly cleared up after I went to urgent care or whatever. And so I couldn't go back to work for like 14 days because that's how my job had it. So I was just like, all right. I never lost my appetite. I never lost my what do you call that? I never like I was able to taste everything, and I was really concerned about getting COVID because I have sickle cell and I have beta thalassemia, and I was just like, that just don't sound like a good combination to get anything. But it all worked out. I'm thankful. I guess everybody just should just keep in mind that everybody's symptoms is going to be different. Some may not have symptoms, some may have mild symptoms or whatever. So like um I've been okay like ever since then. Like I even went to get tested for the antibody just to make sure, and it did show up that at some point that I had COVID, and I was just like, yeah, all right. It's been a while, and I'm just kind of like real like cautious of everything because I know it's a possibility that you can get COVID again, and I don't want COVID. And so while all this is going on, I got the shock of my life, and that's gonna be another video. Shock of my life and finding out that I had COVID. So I'm gonna hit y'all with another video on that one. Until later, family and friends, have a peaceful day.